Today we'll be trying Air Canada's signature class on their 787 from Montreal, Canada, across the pond to London Heathrow. This is the airline's business class product featuring their lie-flat pods also on their 777s and A330s. The check-in area wasn't very busy at my time of arrival. On top of being a business class passenger, we get access to the priority check-in lanes and fast-track security. We were probably airside within 20 minutes. Once airside, oh man was the terminal chaotic and busy. I initially planned to visit every lounge, but clearly that wasn't happening today. The National Bank Lounge had a queue which I didn't bother trying to enter. The Air France Plaza Premium Lounge said they would call me when it'd be my turn in the queue. The call never came. And so, I settled on the Maple Leaf Lounge, which also had a queue. On international flights departing from Toronto and Vancouver, Signature Class passengers get access to the Signature Suite, which is an elevated lounge experience with a la carte dining. This unfortunately isn't the case with flights departing out of Montreal, despite Air Canada being headquartered here. The lounge isn't the biggest in the world, but isn't the smallest either. There is a bar as well as a buffet. They will also make different dishes to order, however don't expect too much, it's basically just buffet quality food where they plate for you. There's also a self-serve area with salads, potato wedges and wings, as well as a pretty decent selection of self-serve drinks. Today we're seated in 5K. Unfortunately, this seat only has one window, whereas every other window seat has two. Weird. Waiting for me at the seat is a water bottle, an amenity kit, headphones, a bed top, a blanket, and a pillow. The legroom is very good in the seating position. Wi-Fi is available for purchase at $10.75 for an hour or $27.75 for the duration of the flight. Aeroplan members do get free access to messaging services, but I am under the opinion that premium passengers should be given complimentary Wi-Fi access on board, just like on Singapore Airlines. There is an armrest that lifts and a storage compartment to the side where the IFE controller, the power outlet, and headphone jack are located. I'm welcomed on board with a glass of sparkling wine. My initial impression of the cabin is that it's definitely seen better days. Duct tape was used to fix seat trimmings, and the cabin wall was filthy with what seemed like pieces of dry salad on the wall. The amenity kit is from Acqua di Parma and contains socks, a dental kit, hand cream, lip balm, earplugs, an eye mask, and a microfiber cloth. The menu has a few different options of entrees for dinner, but breakfast only had one. There's also a good selection of drinks and a good list of alcohols. The IFE is fast and responsive and had a good amount of recent Hollywood movies and HBO series. Dinner came on a single tray, which under normal circumstances I would prefer the starter, entree, and dessert to be brought out separately. However, since this was a red-eye flight, and a short one at that, I appreciated the single tray to speed up dinner service and allow for a little more time to sleep. I ordered the beef tenderloin and the meal came with a salad, bread, cheeses, and a tart for dessert. I wouldn't recommend the beef tenderloin since it was quite dry and chewy, but the flavors were okay. After dinner, I visited the lavatory to freshen up before bed. It was nothing out of the ordinary and thankfully clean. Vitruvi hand cream was the only amenity aside from soap. The seat in lie flat mode is what you expect from a reverse herringbone configuration, but not my favorite. The bed and the footwell is quite narrow, and the position of the tray table also limits leg movements. I also felt quite exposed to the aisle. I was served their parsley omelette, which is basically what they serve on most of their morning flights in business class. Within the Air Canada frequent flyer community, many are tired of how often this is served. However, personally, I'm a fan. The cottage cheese and red pepper relish go really well together. The flavors in this dish were much better than what was served for dinner. On our approach to Heathrow, we had the most amazing views of central London. Passengers on the starboard side of the aircraft had a bird's eye view of the Thames and all of London's sights. Welcome to London. Personally, I found Air Canada's signature class to be in the middle of the road compared to the global competition. The experience is definitely not as impressive as Japanese or Middle Eastern airlines, but it's also not the worst. The flight attendants were friendly on this flight, but I wouldn't say that they are generally known for their hospitality. I do really think that the cabin needs a revamp though. In addition to the wear and uncleanliness of my seat, I noticed that the person seated next to me across from the aisle was never able to have his seat lie flat. Honestly, if I were in his position, I would have been really frustrated with the situation, being on an overnight transatlantic business class flight and your seat is not able to recline. At least the purser was evidently very apologetic to the passenger and offered to submit the compensation form in his place. Anyways, I really hope that passenger was well compensated and taken care of. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. Leave a like and subscribe if you'd like to see future travel videos, and click here to watch ANA's The Room Business Class all the way to Tokyo.